I got mugged. If only this one was clickbait. Last Sunday night I was out at our city's big drinks industry night. Just in case you don't know, that's what I do for a living. Think of the first American whiskey that comes to mind, that's probably the one that I work for. And a part of that job is spending social time with the people who work behind the bars selling your brands. So I walked out of the door to get into my Uber in the early hours of Easter Monday morning, and sadly, because my iPhone was in my hand, to see where said Uber was, someone decided that punching me in the face and taking that phone was a really good idea. So if you're wondering why this video looks a little bit different, it's because I normally shoot it on my iPhone 16 Pro Max, but now I'm shooting on the used iPhone 12 Pro that I was able to get earlier this week. And if you can't tell the difference, well, let's have a chat about how pretty much nobody needs a phone upgrade, let alone every year. So I spent 4 AM to 7 AM waiting for an ambulance that never came, and then I went to get myself checked into the city hospital and made it home from the ER at about noon that day. Normal checks, triage and an ECG, as my heart rate was pretty elevated. When I got home, Find My iPhone on the iPad showed that my phone had already moved to a different neighbourhood, and at least I was able to put it into lost mode and get the last known address. And then, as I'd been up for about 32 hours, I slept. But yes, I have reported it to the police, who impressively actually knew a decent amount about Find My and took the details, sounding quite hopeful that they could actually get a positive result. Whether that actually means finding the phone and returning it to me, or just catching baddies, or, you know, stopping this from happening to someone else, I'm not 100% sure. But fingers crossed, my home insurance will pay out on it. Am I okay? Yes, I was a bit shaken up on the day that it happened, but it also makes me think that having my iPhone in hand while waiting for an Uber at that time of night was probably a mistake. And even though at the same time that's pretty close to victim shaming, wearing a short skirt should not make women responsible for unwanted attention, just like holding a phone in your hand shouldn't make you a target for robbery. We shouldn't have to be worried about this, but sadly, at the same time, we kind of are. And taking some precautions is not a bad idea. So a word to the wise, if you have an Apple Watch that you can use to keep an eye on where your ride is, use that. Or wait inside the business until your ride arrives. Do I have all the solutions to this? No. But do look after yourselves. This kind of thing is super intense, and I hope that none of you have to go through the same sort of thing. But also, Apple's protections, like the people not being able to change my password, even if they got the phone off of me while it was unlocked, is really helpful. So do turn on those extra protections where they're available for you. For now, we are going to carry on building stuff and making videos as usual. It just might look a little bit different, so sorry about that. Anyway, bit of a weird, different video, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.